it'd be a better thing. But anyway, let's talk about elections. We had a good turnout. We saw tons of people. Yesterday, and a preacher was talking about being dedicated and living your life right, and he was talking about church, but he wasn't talking. But it related to the subject matter of running for office, and in my opinion, I know he didn't do it that way, but it's like this: if you go to church and you become a sheep. Just because you go to church doesn't mean that you're doing the right thing and you're following God. So when you go to church, you feel good and you feel like you're doing the right thing. But when you leave church, you must be a leader and lead more people back to the church.
That's right.
And that's the same thing in the Republican Party. We got people that say they're Republicans, but they don't go out and preach being a Republican and making sure that people go and vote. Nobody hears you. If you go to if I go to a Methodist church and I try to recruit people to come to the Baptist church, I'm not doing any good.
Mm-hmm.
You want to go and find people in places that you are uncomfortable. That's what they did.
Well, Jesus did that.
Yeah.
He walked amongst the thieves and the fornicators,
right,
and the tax collectors.
Right. You go to where the problem is. It's like this. In America, if we would dedicate ourselves to go back and go into downtown Jackson and try to change those people, us be missionaries to ourselves in Mississippi, rather than, I know we go to Brazil and all of that, and that's good, well and good, but what I'm saying, if we actually came back and worked on America, it would be, and then we're going to have to do something at some point because we have a lot of illegals in the country that we need to go talk about, preaching to them about God and everything, but also about America. We don't teach it, so the only way we can teach it is to go out and speak on it. And
well, that's a big problem with the public school system. We're too worried about teaching children about, what we'd like to see in society. This transgenderism and a hatred of America. No, we need to be teaching children about technology, giving them life skills so that they can become productive members of our society. We need to be teaching them about patriotism. We need to be teaching them a true American history, something that they can be proud of, so that they'll stand for the rule of law and stand for America.
And Sam, what I'm getting at in all this is I think about the Republican Party while I was thinking about that, while I was listening to that preacher yesterday on this radio station. It was on the Wells Church right here on WYAB. I thought I'd go ahead and give him a plug. But that preacher, he was talking, and I was just sitting there going, the Republican Party itself, it's great to say you're a Republican. And then the next thing that comes out of your mouth, well, Ron doesn't have a chance to beat Benny Thompson. Well, if you people will get up today and go out and find people and put them in the polls for tomorrow, and when it starts to rain like all get out tomorrow, you've got to stand in line and be wet.
Bring your umbrella.
Bring your umbrella. But you get in there and you vote your conscience to save America, save Mississippi. I mean, and you go, and this time more than ever, saving America can be done from Mississippi.
We will lead the nation back.
In the 2nd district, if Ron Eller is elected, y'all, Benny Thompson is no longer head of Homeland Security. He's not enemy number one going after
President Trump.
President Trump.
The 47th president of America.
And all it takes is your vote. And I don't understand why you want to be a sheep and say that sheep get slaughtered, people. Sheep get slaughtered. And when you won't go and you be a true Republican and go out and spread the word, but also go vote. All you got to do is go vote. 50% of, well, no, it's 25% in your district vote. 25%. And that's the Republicans and the Democrats.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
That 1 in 4 only show up.
Out of what, 30 counties?
30 counties.
30 counties. And then the way the state has been gerrymandered to where you have 30 counties in Benny Thompson's district. And then the rest of the other 3 congressmen divide up 50 counties.
Well, 52.
52, excuse me.
It's okay.
I mean, really.
I'm a numbers guy.
Yeah.
Well, I just saw an article just this weekend that talked about Mississippi and the counties with the highest unemployment rate. Guess what? 23 of the counties with the highest unemployment rate exist in the 2nd Congressional District.
And 11 are the what is it, 11? You've said it a million times.
Oh, no,
16
of
16 of the poorest
30
counties.
counties in the 2nd Congressional District, in the top 100 poorest counties in the nation. 5 are in the top 10. It is pulling down the entire state. We need change.
And y'all, we're going into this AI world that we're about to hit. And y'all, I go down 43 in Canton, and y'all talk about the power plant they were going to build out in Raymond. Y'all, 43 in Canton, where they used to be cotton when I was growing up, is nothing but solar panels. And I'm talking about miles of solar panels. And that is because with all these AI businesses coming into existence, and to run AI, you need 10 times the power to run any AI program.
Well, like the solar power plant in Raymond.
Right.
I live in Raymond.
Right.
And, up and down the line, people are upset about it because they're putting it up against people's homes and up against the school. Move that thing a mile down the road and put it next to the darn tire plant that they built over there. It would not affect anybody's homes. It wouldn't affect the school.
Well, you also got to think about the weather patterns it does affect.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for instance, in Madison County, you have the reservoir on one side, okay?
Cooling the air.
Cooling the air. Now, when Nissan was built, the tornadoes started skipping where they used to go through Canton. They pop to the left and pop to the right. They go down the trace. Now, you've right there on the trace, you've built a new heating source. And we all know that water evaporates, and so you got cooling areas and you got a heated area.
Rising heat
produces
tornadoes.
So the tornado is going to pop somewhere else now. You're in the zone for that weather change that is going to occur from heating and cooling rapidly in one area as it's coming across.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we ought to look back into opening up another nuclear power plant.
Well, I've talked to somebody about that. We have somebody in Canton who is a friend of mine, my neighbor, and she was a head of the nuclear program at Energy, and just recently left to go to the TVA. And yes, we're about to build some small level power plants that are nuclear power plants around. And y'all think about it. We've been riding nuclear subs for a while. There's no reason why there aren't
the aircraft carrier.
There should be some small versions of nuclear power plants all over the country. Not just the big one that's at Grand Gulf. But they started refurbishing that, I guess, about 7 years ago, getting it ready for the future. And y'all, the future is about power.
And the future is now.
And very much so. And the power is going to come from gas. And I mean, right now, y'all, you're paying $7. You were paying 7 cents a kilowatt at the beginning of when Trump left office.
Correct.
You're currently paying 13 to 14 cents a kilowatt. No, 17 cents a kilowatt. 17 cents a kilowatt. And you go, that's no big deal. In Germany, they're paying $7 a kilowatt. Apply that to your utility bill.
And it's coming here.
Yes.
And let's be honest, Mississippi, we need AC.
Without energy, power, we're going to be lost. And I mean, that is the future. And Benny Thompson has not done anything to help us get in a better position on any of this. And then, of course, they've dried up all our food sources. They're trying their best to figure out how to kill half of America. And that's all I see. I mean, especially when you do a Democratic convention and we're doing vasectomies and abortions.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people.
Well, that goes against Christian principles. Check this out, folks. Go to Luke 17:2. It would be better for them to have a millstone tied around their neck and cast into the sea than to make one of these little ones stumble.
That's right.
God talked about it, and I stand with God. Amen.
Okay, we're going to be back and talk some more. We got to pay some bills here on WYAB. I'm Chip Matthews in the studio with Ron Eller running for Congress. Get out and vote tomorrow. There is no absentee voting today. You've missed all your early chances. So tomorrow, get ready to go. And I don't care if it's raining or storming, you have an obligation to do the right thing for all the soldiers that died for your right to vote, for everybody that fought for your right to vote, and for you to do the right thing for our children and our future in America. You got to go vote tomorrow. I'll be right back.
It is your civic duty.
For our children and our future in America. Right back. Okay.
1039 WYAB.
I can't get to my notes.
Rare coin prices.
I had a note inside my phone, and I can't get to it because I've got that camera going because I want to be streaming everywhere I can. Hey, everybody.
Makes
And I've got
recommendations
lots of
on
people
what to
over
buy
here.
for
So you're here
collectors who
too?
know what
Yep.
they're looking for.
I can say hello to
We
my
make
wife.
strong recommendations in areas that we feel have
And
the strongest
Christy
potential
Duckworth,
for long-term
I saw your
growth.
message there. What time
Call
is the
today,
prayer at the Raymond Courthouse
844-426
tonight?
or 653
Give us a call
to
at
receive our free Rare Coin
601-879
newsletter, or register
0002.
online at
That's 879
bmcagm.com.
Dive into your
002.
dreams of an in-ground pool with Blue Line Pool.
We'll go ahead and
Rankin
promote that
County and
this
Central
evening.
Mississippi's
Right now.
premier fiberglass
Tonight.
pool
Statewide
dealer.
prayer.
With the Diva high-end fiberglass
Yes.
pools,
Hines
Blue
County.
Line Pools transfers your
We need all the
backyard
prayer
into
we
an
can
oasis.
get.
I thought there was one state nationwide.
Well, there is, but
Make your
they're
dreams
having an
reality
actual
with your own Blue
on
Line
the
pool
courthouse
system.
grounds.
With only 1 to 2 week pool installation, a lifetime warranty on the structure, easier
And I
cleaning,
can
less
probably
maintenance
flip over
costs.
the Raymond
Time to
page,
get
but I
into
don't want to take a
the waters
chance
of
to
your
lose my
very
live
own
feed
pool
here
from Blue Line
to
Pool.
pull that up.
BluePoolsMS.com.
Let Lewis Furniture help you create the home of your dreams. You deserve it.
We have a wide selection in our showroom with top brands like
Christy
Tempur-Pedic,
Duckworth just says
Flexsteel,
it's at 6
Craftmaster,
o'clock
and many
tonight.
more. Lewis Furniture is proud to be a
I'll be there.
family-owned and operated business,
Be there or
installing
be
homes
square.
for over a
Hey,
decade.
just
Shop
in case
local.
none of you have
Shop
seen this,
Lewis
here's a
Furniture.
little tidbit about Spanish, and I think it's the P stands for, and it's not America.
Give me a business card.
Dukes.
Here you go.
Time now for another real estate report. Even with the stock
And on the
market
other
volatile,
side,
interest
we've
rates
been wrong
low,
else.
land values are holding strong. Even in
Hello?
the recession of 2008,
Hang on.
land values remain strong, which is
can't talk to
historically
him
the
right
case.
now.
We caught up again with one of Mississippi's top real estate agents, Shane Saxon, to get his take.
Yeah, real estate's still selling. I've had another record year. Still selling plenty of homes, and land is still the best investment on earth. Call me. Tell them I'm here to help.
Find Shane Saxon on Facebook or call Shane at 601-540-5040 for property 601-724-1435.
You ever decided, hey, at the last minute, you know what? I'm going to go to the big game. The hotel costs are just exorbitant or non-existent. You need to go. You want to go. Well, how about just renting a Winnebago that's been outfitted at a seat up to
Hey,
2 to
just in
6.
case
You can
any of
rent it
you
for
out there
3
haven't seen
days.
our
Just has
TV
everything
ad,
you need. You can
because
sleep in there, shower,
got a
you got
limited,
your cooking area, and you can go to the
airing.
weekend ball
Go to
game, go to the beach,
helpron.com,
NASCAR.
and
Or
it's
if you just
tagged
want
at
that
the top of our
style,
donation
you can rent a
page. Go to
Winnebago here for the
helpron.com, and you can
weekend.
see our
and that's
TV
at
ad.
Van
We'll
Dot
talk a little
Life,
bit about
Van
betting,
Dot Life.
the Democratic Party,
For over
and how
15
they
years,
stand
A1 Gear and Auto has been your hometown specialist for your auto repair and maintenance needs. From brake repair, replacement to radiators, engines, starters, alternators,
and
heat, and
denying
AC
our
water
parental
pumps,
rights,
and more.
raising our
A1 will
children
get your
the way
vehicle
we
back
want.
up and running and on the road and in a timely manner. A1 is one of the only shops in the metro that specializes in rear differentials, rear ends, and rings and pinions. Call today to set up an appointment, or if you got questions at 601-939-1060. A1 Gear and Auto, your hometown vehicle specialist. From the private party room that's available to you, to a great patio, blue plates, and more, Martin's in downtown Jackson has it all. Want to watch football this year? Check. How about great music on the
Cindy
weekend?
Crane.
Check. Want to break
Yeah,
up your
they
day?
have some,
Also check. From a date night,
lined up,
for
but I'm
friends and
not sure
more, Martin's
exactly
is
where
your
the
destination
Mississippi
for
GOP is
food,
placed
fun,
in,
and
all the
everything we
watches
enjoy
in
in
the,
Mississippi. Online
Hines
at
County,
martinsdowntownjackson.com or on
Let's
Facebook
face
as well.
it, it's a
Plan your
problem
experience
area in
today
Mississippi.
at Martin's in downtown
And,
Jackson.
maybe it's time for the
Looking
Secretary
for
of
a
State
Sunday
to
message
step
that will
up with
inspire
the,
and
governor
deepen your
and take
faith?
control of Hines
Every
County.
Sunday morning from
Their
10:30 to
election's
11
been,
a.m.
questionable
Tune in
for
to
a
listen
long
to
time.
powerful sermons by Dr. Matt Ayers,
Chrissy,
pastor
that
at
phone number
Wellspring
is
Church in Madison, with insightful
601-879-0002.
teachings rooted in Scripture and a heart for God's truth. Pastor Matt brings fresh perspectives to life's biggest questions. Find out more at wellspringms.church and tune in Sunday morning at 10:30 on 103.9 WIAB.
And we're going back low.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back on a Monday, pre-election eve. This is the Chip Matthews Show. I, of course, am Chip Matthews. I didn't mean to throw it that far.
Yeah.
You know. And it's important to know today that the coaches poll came out and Ole Miss is number 12 in the coaches poll. And then tomorrow on election day, they're going to come out with the new power rankings. They're trying to kill us tomorrow. The power rankings for who is in the election is coming up. Oh, y'all, we got a phone call, Ron. Let's see what's going on here if I can get to
I
it.
guess that's Christy Duckworth calling out a ring.
Hello, YB. Hello, who's this? I'm doing all right. What you got on your mind? Talk to. Oh, hello.
You called into a radio show, ma'am.
You're live on the radio. You can call it number 10. Oh God.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
601-879-0002 if you want to call in and talk to us, and if you want to give us a loan. That just blew my mind. I'm trying to be nice. Who are you?
Yeah.
But anyway, y'all, elections, we're election eve, and it's so important that you think about voting. You got a judge's race, a Supreme Court judge's race, which I have some thoughts on that I don't like. But the GOP party has not given you, the actual Mississippi party has not given you $1.
To my knowledge, no, they have not. They have endorsed me.
They've endorsed me.
And, they did post about it on their social
Hey,
media.
did
They're
any-
actually helping with putting out signs at polls for me.
They're putting out some. Is that just Madison County or all over?
That is just Hines County.
Hines County. Okay.
But Hines County is where the action is at.
Well, let's
last election.
let's get this phone call.
40,000.
Okay, let's get this phone call.
Yep.
YB, how you doing? You're on the air. Hello. Hey, good morning. You're not selling any
No loans, no insurance.
duck calls. Okay. What you got? Thank you. Great. But what's that?
Oh, that's true.
Foot rail. Foot
Yeah.
rail. Okay. Well, I will get a foot rail by Wednesday.
I know about these things. I grew up in that environment.
Well, I actually have one.
Yeah.
I just never have put it up. But you do have charging ports for your phone. And he's talking about Acme Pizza, y'all. Just to let y'all know.
Come
Okay.
on down and get that smoked
Have you?
sandwich.
Now let's talk about voting. Have you gone unvoted? There you go. That's a good thing. A lot of people. Resolution boards are important. I mean, we had one in Canton, but they were called the 3rd Congressional District in the city of Canton, and they brought them in from nowhere, and none of them existed. And of course, the state didn't help me with that, but that's another story. And I went to y'all's. Okay, I went to the prayer breakfast this past weekend at well, it's not McLean's Lodge anymore, and listened to the speakers out there. That's that's a good event they have out there. So, well, we need to tell everybody to get out and vote, get these people in office, and get out and vote. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
That's 103.9. The phone number once again is 601-879-0002.
Okay. But
People
anyway,
are asking over here.
I know, that's good. That's good. That's good. But we need to talk about what we need to talk about today, and that's, are you going out to vote? Are you, as a person, you're going to sit there and just not do anything, or are you going to get up and go vote?
Well, I would tell you, any veteran out there has once raised their hand and took an oath to support and defend the Constitution of the United States.
Why you think?
Oh,
How-
another caller.
Good morning. Who's this? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And then, of course, praying doesn't just solve the problem. You've got to take action. You've got to go vote.
Yes.
You've got to go vote. Okay.
There is a prayer this evening at the courthouse in Raymond at 6 o'clock. I hope to see you all there.
Hey, we got another phone call. YB? Hold on. YB? Hello? Oh, well, I can't. I don't know how to operate this stuff, but anyway. Okay, but we'll be back. Let's go
sir.
again. Let's go again. Heck.
Got another call.
YB? Hello? YB? Okay, go ahead. Tell us all about it. Prayer in the square. Is that what you said?
Yes, that'd be the Raymond Courthouse.
Raymond Courthouse. We have a square in Canton too. But you can pray anywhere. We got squares in Oxford and everywhere. Talk to us about the prayer in the square.
Christy, did we lose you?
Okay.
I think we lost her.
Okay. Well, once again, we're having a prayer in the square. What time tonight?
6 o'clock.
6 o'clock. And we're going to pray for all of our candidates, and we're going to pray for America. And that's and wherever you are, if you can't make it to the square, pray where you are. And then the next morning, make sure if you haven't voted, that you go and vote. And if you know somebody that hasn't voted and you have voted, well, there's no reason why you don't pick them up and carry them to the polls and vote. Kicking and screaming, because they got to understand that to live in America, to be a part of America, you must participate in America. Same as if you're going to be a Christian. You got to participate to be a Christian. You just cannot follow the sheep and just do what you want to do. You got to follow the 10 Commandments. You got to try to live your life right every day. You got to try and do the right thing every day. And to be an American, those Christian values are the same thing that run our Constitution.
Well, Chip, we've heard many times throughout our lives, we're both kind of older folks, that this is the most consequential election in our time. Well, this one probably truly is. I mean, this election is a make or break moment for America. We have to choose between the right or the wrong, evil versus good, and the choice is real clear.
And the truth of the matter is this. I mean, in Mississippi, we're the only state that has a chance that, let's say the worst thing in the world, they steal the election from Donald J. Trump. Let's say he doesn't win. Benny Thompson is on that board. Mississippi could at least replace Benny Thompson on that in the House.
Homeland Security.
Get him off of Homeland Security. Ron would go. Of course, then we got to worry about the rest of the people we have sent up there that had been on the same Homeland Security and hadn't said nothing to him about what's been going on. I mean, they did. Things have been going on, and Mr. Guest hadn't said anything, which concerns me.
Well, it's time to stand for America, American values, Christian values.
And stand up and be counted. Stand up and be counted, Mississippians. And let's send Benny Thompson home. And look, in the event Ron loses tomorrow, which many of those great politicians that run the GOP in Mississippi, and even those that run the county party say Ron hasn't got a chance.
Well, you know why they
David didn't have a chance against Goliath. The Saints won a Super Bowl once. Come on, people, things happen.
Yes.
All you got to do is get out and vote.
When they talk about term limits, they'll tell you that elections are term limits. That's not true.
No.
Because 98% of the time, an incumbent is reelected. That's why they say, I can't win, because he's an incumbent. He's been there. This November makes 32 years. Well, Mississippi, we have the chance to retire, Benny. We have a chance to change the course of our state and the nation. It's time to make that change because we're going down the wrong path. We've been going down the wrong path for 32 years.
And you know that. And all you got to, and you just sit there and go, oh, you just can't beat Benny. Y'all, 42% of the vote 2 years ago went to the Republican. You're only talking about covering 8%. And that's without any GOP help out of anybody. Nobody goes knocking on doors for this district. Nobody does anything. It's like they all want Benny to stay in office. And every time you look up, I see Benny and Delbert together in pictures. So, that's that. You know what the deal is. We're going to take a break and be right back here on WYAB. That's that. You know what the deal is. We're going to take a break and be right back.
1039 WYAB.
Are you ready to
All
invest
the
in your
lines are
future?
lit up.
Then
I can't-
invest in
I've cut
land.
my board up
This
where I
is
can't
Tom
get to the
Smith,
button.
Tom Smith Land and Home, Mississippi's premier land and home real estate resource. With land, you can create the lifestyle that you desire, whether it's a home, farm, or recreational getaway. Land means space for memories and a legacy for you and your loved ones. Tom Smith Land and Homes has homes as well as acreage, hunting, and timber properties available.
Well, we didn't have trouble with her. She just hung up.
Visit
Something went boop. And I went,
TomSmithLandandHomes.com
what the
and
hell
invest
is
in land and your future today.
Live bigger, be bolder, and make your truck into a statement at Rick's Pro Truck. Rick's has 3 big locations to serve you in Flowood, Gluckstadt, and Pearl. Rick's Pro Truck carries all the top lines in truck accessories, as well as for commercial vehicles and vans. Rick's Pro Truck has been your premier truck accessory
Well,
location
that's
for
to run a
decades.
station.
We got you
And if
covered.
I knew how to tie into that and
Wheels
use that, I would
tires,
use
step
that.
bars, and more. Get to
That's a
ricksprotruck.com
computer by
for
itself.
special rebate sales and other offers.
This is a computer that's doing me, but that, I have to look at the picture here to make sure we're on the camera there.
CBS News Brief.
But
A day
what I'm
before
going to do
election,
is
it's all about the battleground
start
for
using
the
an iPad. I
presidential
have another
candidates.
computer
Donald
to where I can
Trump
use
is
my
holding a
phone.
rally in Raleigh, North
So we don't
Carolina.
use plays,
Skylar Henry's there. He says
We're not
it's
using
expected
his.
to be a squeaker.
but if I
President Trump
can
has
figure out how to
actually
tie it
held
all
4
together, I
rallies
will.
here since Saturday, if you
It'd
count
make
the
my
one
life
today
easier.
in Raleigh. And that's interesting,
I need
given the
to-
fact
I'll
that
probably come up
it's
here
gone to
tomorrow
a
night
Republican
for a little
presidential
while.
candidate since 2012.
Kamala Harris will make several stops in Pennsylvania. CBS's Aaron Navarro from Allentown.
It's really hard to see a path for Harris to 270 electoral
Well,
college votes without
we
winning
need
Pennsylvania.
credentials
They need to
for
get the
everybody
turnout
in the
in the
world.
blue wall.
We need
Pennsylvania's a
some
big
statewide
anchor of that.
Supreme Court will take up a new redistricting case involving Louisiana's
believe,
congressional map. Legal
that,
analyst Kay
Ty and
Rosenbaum.
Rants are,
The issue is
emailing those out
gerrymandering. If
as we
1/3
speak.
of the
Why
voting
don't you,
population is African American,
go
why
down
then
there
do
and
they
tell
only
them,
have
give
2
me 20.
congressional seats?
and put them in your
CBS
hand.
News Brief.
That way,
I'm
if
Deborah
during the day
Rodriguez.
you have somebody that can take over,
Tri-County Tree
we can do
Service,
that.
the Jackson Metro's premier company to handle all of
But,
your tree service
I'll
needs.
be out
Russ
there.
Borland and his team
But I'm gonna
specialize
put
in
you on
large
all
tree,
day.
low impact removal. Tri-County Tree
But you'll
Service
be
has the
downtown?
right equipment to safely handle the most technical trim jobs
Go
or
tomorrow.
tree
Go
removals.
tomorrow.
Storm damage can
For
happen
lunch.
year round, so let them clean it up and they'll deal with your insurance claim. Tri-County Tree Service by phone at
Adam,
601
we do
Tree
have some
Guy
signs
or
up there,
online at
like Trinity County,
tricotreeservice.com.
Nola County.
That's
But unfortunately, they keep
tricotreeservice.com.
stealing my signs.
In today's world,
Coming up
there's a
Highway
lot of
18
confusion
today.
all around us,
With the
but
rain.
you should know the eternal truth is
And,
found in Jesus
I
Christ.
saw at least,
Every
6
Sunday
places,
morning at 7,
maybe
that
7,
eternal truth
where
is
I had
explored
signs
in the
that
scriptures
John,
on the Methodist
yesterday
Bible
I got
Hour
called
USA
Oklahoma
with
County,
Gary Bryden,
and
an
my
ordained
signs are all
minister with the
wrong
Association
there.
of Independent
Recently, I got the
Methodists.
same
You'll hear
John
thoughtful
Holmes
study of the
County.
scriptures, insightful thoughts,
it's kind of
and
funny, my
special
son's
music
just
from the
here,
Methodist
but
Bible
many
Hour
times.
USA every Sunday morning at 7 on 103.9
I guess the nature of the
WYAB.
game.
Malone is a company in motion, striving daily to
See these
improve the
when we
way
turned in
the
down
industry
here?
operates and is perceived.
Everybody's gone but
Our
Byron.
commercial and residential
Yeah.
But
roofing,
everybody else
thinking.
has got a
Malone
lawnmower.
is the highest quality materials delivered with expertise workmanship from a
well, I
clean
saw,
construction. At
where
Malone, you found
they're
your
putting that
roofing
ballot
and metal walls
in
partner.
people's
Malone has
mailboxes,
proven
filled
for
out
generations
for
there is
Penny
nothing
and
we
Kamala
can't
Harris,
accomplish.
high
Protecting
pickets,
people and
kitchens,
what matters to you.
and
More info at
then to put those in people's
ecmalone.com.
mailboxes.
Efficient
and
and
not have
trouble-free
paid
payroll
postage
processing is
is
crucial to a business's success, and a lot of businesses are struggling with
law
it.
violation,
PeopleLease,
but
a local payroll
there's,
provider, not only
little
offers
faces at the
top-of-the-line
top of it
software,
saying,
but
"Hey,
also
this is how I
provides
want you to
on-demand
vote."
payroll support services. With
But
PeopleLease,
unfortunately,
you're never on your own
nobody's
at
ever gonna
every
do
step of
anything
your
about
payroll
that.
process. PeopleLease has the expertise in managing payroll challenges and will work hard to
Now, this kind
understand
of
your
interesting
business and
picture over here.
employees. That's what makes PeopleLease
Yes,
the
it
perfect
is.
choice
Did you
for
see this
and
picture?
your business. Learn
I
more
don't know
about
exactly
it
where
at
that picture came from,
peoplelease.com.
but it looked like somebody we know on an airplane. Want that?
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host, Chip Matthews.
And we're back on the Chip Matthews Show on a Monday eve of the election eve. And look, I'm showing everybody online the picture that's up here in the studio. It's a studio picture. It's Benny Thompson and some girl hanging all over him, not his wife. Right?
Yeah, in an airplane. I don't
In
know.
an airplane.
I did not provide this photo. It's up here.
It's just here.
It's
but anyway,
sitting here with the things from another show.
Okay, I don't know what happened to Byron Carter today. He was going to come sit in, and hopefully he'll make it tomorrow. But I noticed today when I was pulling in, he's the guy running for Supreme Court justice against Jim Kitchens, Jennifer Branning, and I forgot the other.
Cleo Davis, I think
yes,
it is.
Yeah, there's one more.
Yeah.
There's 5 of them. But anyway, but he's the only one with the experience, and he's running, and I wanted to get him back in here today. I hope he makes it tomorrow if he can't make it today. But he's been out beating the streets. And, I saw him at the prayer breakfast at, they call it Cypress Lodge now.
Yeah.
Some call it McLean Lodge.
Lodge.
But anyway, he was out there, and I mean, he brought up the fact. He goes, I don't know how I'm running in an election where somebody has raised almost $1 million to run for a federal judge position where, one, you're not allowed to ask for donations. That's number one. Number two, it's a nonpartisan race, and the GOP has jumped in the back to help her. Now, of course, Jennifer's been a great Republican senator for a while and on the Appropriations Committee amongst all the money. So I guess that's how you scratch my back, I scratch yours. That's just not right, y'all. I just don't like it. I don't like it. But that's the ball that we're playing with now is people, if you're going to have to enforce the rules, please enforce the rules yourself. You should be a part of doing right at all time. And I would expect that out of my judge. My judge is supposed to look at the Constitution and call balls and strikes.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. There is no how it reads in the Bible or this, that, and the other, or how I feel. The Constitution is a living, breathing thing that was written based on the Bible. But beyond that, it's the balls and strikes of the game. Let's go to the phone. WYAB. Hello? Hello? Okay. Well, go ahead. You are. Okay. And you're doing the prayer breakfast? Prayer on the
square.
Prayer on the square. Right. Right. And that's part of a nationwide prayer, right? Okay, even. Yes. Okay. Well, that's and it's good that it did. And hopefully tonight you remind everybody when they get through praying that if they hadn't voted, they got to get up, even if it's raining, and go stand in line and vote. Got to go stand in line and vote. A good old fashioned prayer singing community get out the vote event. Thank you. Thank you for calling, and you need to come by and sit in on the show one day and just sit in here and talk, because that's all we do is sit in here and talk all day. Well, come on. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Bye-bye. So, prayer on the square.
Prayer on the square.
6. We got another phone call. Let's go to it. YB, good morning. Hello? It's the Chris Hinkle. Yes, the conservative. Go ahead, sir. Yeah, and
Wow.
Yeah. You mean him comment? He's not going to comment. And you know, the funny thing is, it's about money being dumped into campaigns. Yet he held a fundraiser to raise money for others, and he does it all the time. Yeah.
He does.
Hey, but he got it. Did you? Well, I guess we need to just ask for a copy of the books. I mean, we should be able to, right? Public record? Oh, they're going to give it up. I'm going to ask for it. They know I'm going to ask. They know I'm going to ask. Well, Chris, you need to be filling in next week for me, or just sitting on. Okay. Okay.
No. Well, Chris, did you know that since the Dobbs v. Jackson decision, abortion is actually up 20% nationally?
Amazing. Oh, yes. Hey, okay. I don't even want to, I want to get into this tomorrow. I want you to call me tomorrow, and we're going to talk about what happens in the 90 days. Let's say after Trump wins. Will the Democrats stack the deck to make it almost impossible for him to go forward in January by creating a war overseas? I want you to think about that. Let's talk about that. There you go. Okay, we'll talk to you again tomorrow. Thanks, Frank. Okay, bye. And we got another phone call right behind that, of course. I think we did. No, they went away. But anyway, Ron, we're trying to do a radio show and everybody wants to talk.
But that's the whole idea. It's talk radio.
YB, how you doing? Who I got? Yes, sir, you are. Are you with Benny? Okay. That's right.
That's true.
That's exactly right. I recently heard of a conversation being had where they told somebody, don't worry about it. When you win, there's plenty of money. Plenty of money. And I overheard that conversation. And so that's that. You know, that's what they do. They're buying elections. And we've got all we got to do is stand up as Christians and Republicans and go out and vote. And Benny Thompson will be gone.
Accountable.
Hold them accountable. Thank you for calling, sir. Well, we can hold him accountable. All we got to do is vote him out. We got to get somebody that we need. But anyway, let's go to the other phone line. YB. Hello? Okay, they're gone. Okay, they'll be back. Okay, Ron, we're going to take a break.
Well, we have to pay some bills.
On the Tim Matthews Show, we'll get back to reminding you, because that's all there is, y'all. All there is now is the die is cast, and you got to go vote. And if you didn't vote early, it's going to be raining. And you're going to stand in line. Get your umbrella. You know,
Be sure to carry your ID with you.
carry your ID.
And though I would love to see you wearing something like this, don't do that
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you can't wear partisan gear into a voting precinct unless, of course, you're running in the judge's race. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, we'll be back on WYAB right after this. Judge's race. But anyway, that's another story. Okay, we'll be back. I wish Byron had made it.
1039 WYAB.
What happened to him?
You've been waiting 4 years, and
I
the
have
time
court.
is almost here.
Good
Tuesday night, November 5th,
Yeah.
103.
Everybody else is working.
is the place
And running for
for
office.
election
Yeah.
results.
While incumbents are spending our money.
Consistently updated.
With Clay Edwards and
You know,
Sean Yurko.
I am a working
First,
man.
make your choices if you haven't already. Then tune in at 6 p.m. Courtesy
Got a lot of people
of presenting
listening, though,
sponsors, Rick's Pro Truck
Well,
and
I've seen a
People.
whole lot of
The
folks stick
results,
by
the
on my-
reasons, the reactions. Election
Well, I've
night
missed
on 1039
half
WYAB.
There's
Yazoo Valley
thing
Electric Power Association
goes up like
wants you to
Christmas
stay
tree over
away
here.
from downed power lines. Downed power lines
And
carry
I'm not-
the risk
and
of
I haven't
deadly
learned how to go
electric
from
shock,
line one
even
to
if
line
the broken
two.
wire is not sparking. If a wire is crossing a road or driveway,
So I hang up
avoid the
and the
area
call
and
comes up,
keep others
drops
away.
down to
If
one,
you
I'll
see a
pick it
downed
up.
power line, back away and call your utility company
keep
or
calling,
911. When you call, be prepared
trying to learn how to
provide a
use the phone
specific address
lines.
or location of the
Unfortunately,
downed power
the
line
person
so
that
our
does
repair
that
crew can
is
get there
out
as quickly
sick.
as possible. This safety message
Who's
brought
that?
to you by Yazoo
Taylor
Valley
Kirk.
Electric
Oh, okay, yeah, it's Taylor's fault. Taylor,
Taylor,
Runaway.
Taylor, it's all your
what are you
fault.
late for?
What are Democrats like Benny Thompson focused on?
Hey.
Giving illegal aliens in jail transgender surgeries. Benny Thompson supports men playing in girls' sports. He voted to allow men in girls' bathrooms. We need someone who can tell the difference between a man and a woman.
I can do that.
Democrats and Benny Thompson are for they, them. Ron Eller is for you.
I'm Ron Eller, and I approve this message.
If you want the best health care, where do you go? The Mayo Clinic. If you want the best care for your vehicle, where do you go? Mayo Auto Clinic in Raymond. Mayo Auto Clinic does foreign and domestic vehicles and diesel repair. Mayo Auto Clinic has ASE certified techs with over 25 years of experience. You can extend the life of your car or truck when you take it to Mayo Auto Clinic. For
don't know if y'all
cost-effective
can hear
repairs
the
and maintenance,
commercials that are playing
go to
in
the
the
best.
background right
Mayo
now while
Auto
we're paying the
Clinic.
bill.
Open weekdays at 7 a.m. Highway 18
Hopefully
in
it's not
Raymond.
dead air time for you. You're actually hearing those.
Bank Plus makes
I can
it
hear him
easier
through the
to bank.
speaker.
Yeah.
With extended drive-through hours
Well, we're
plus
fixing to get it. I'm
24/7
fixing to
online and
buy
mobile banking.
this,
We're here when you
and
need
then we'll
us.
have a feed.
Lost your debit card? Get a
And
new
I
one
can- this
instantly
feeds
at
in
any
too.
Bank Plus
I need a
location.
feed going out
No
so we can
waiting
just-
for the mail. And interactive teller machines offer drive-up personal service 7
I'm
a.m.
gonna
to
set it
7
all up
p.m.
live. We're just
Monday
gonna
through
play one thing
Friday,
we
then
do.
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. Saturdays. Your bank, your plus. Learn more at bankplus.net. Member FDIC.
Acme Pizza and Daiquiris at Fan and Mart on the Ridge.
You and me in the same commercial.
Rankin County.
Yeah.
They're going to think we
Pizza, burgers,
stole this place.
daiquiris, and more. Try their famous Will of Flavor pizza. You can add it to 3 different specialty pizzas or to one pie, such as the Margarita, Sergeant Pepperoni, Acme Beef Buster, Pig, Pesto Chicken, the Old Mexico, the Supreme, or hey, just build your own custom pizza. Acme also has a full bar with 9 different frozen daiquiris to choose from. Open daily at 4 p.m. Acme Pizza and Daiquiris.
What's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot at
They were,
now my house
Are you about to die?
well, they tried to kick off.
See, this battery here, I had to put it on to kick a computer. Because I don't want to plug in anything up here and like screw something up.
The AC Doctors is your one-stop provider for air conditioning and heating installation, service, and repair. Contact us for money-saving repairs and lower energy bills.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Google the AC Doctors and get some relief today. TheACDR.com.
Welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show, and here is your host.
And people ask me why I use Tiny Tim. That is the most recognizable thing in the world, to come back to Tiny Tim. I mean,
Well, it is very,
you know, It's
I
unique.
hate to say it, it's iconic.
Thank you. Iconic. Anyway, welcome back to the Chip Matthews Show. I, of course, am Chip Matthews. He, of
And
course,
I'm Ron Eller.
Ron Eller, running for Congress. And we need to take a moment and talk to you about voting. It's we only have 8 minutes left. By the way, Jameson Haygood's going to come in here next, and he's going to read the Riot Act to you. I had a plan to almost do a sermon today. It was going to be a super sermon, but thanks to all y'all's phone calls, which I appreciate very much, we'll preach it another time.
Well, if you like, I could preach a little bit right now.
Go right ahead.
Well, let's go back to John 11,
Okay.
when Lazarus passed away.
Right.
You know, America is kind of in that same position. America is passing away, and we need Jesus and God to step forward and give us the energy to go forward and bring America back to life. I'm Ron Eller. I'm a proud Mississippian, and I'm asking for your vote.
And if there's any place that looks like Lazarus and the dead, it would be the 2nd Congressional District of Benny Thompson. And does not belong to Benny Thompson, regardless of what you people may think. It belongs to Mississippi. It is a big blue stripe on half of the state. And we created that with bad government, bad drawing of the lines, gerrymandering of the districts. I mean, why wouldn't you take all of Madison County? Why wouldn't you take all of Hinds County and put it in Benny's district?
Well, we're just missing that northwestern section.
You're missing Eastover,
Mm-hmm.
and you're missing Madison and Ridgeland. And no Republican leadership really fought to change it. You know, it should be everybody in Mississippi. Y'all, you're getting gerrymandered out, and you act like Benny can't be beat. Well, when Benny takes over the whole state, I mean, because basically he's got 30 districts. He's got 30 districts now.
Counties.
And all they're going to do now is go, let's give him 10 more. So it'll be 40. That way we'll do less in our congressional districts with Michael Guest and Trent Kelly and who's the other one?
Mike Azell.
And Mike Azell. I mean, you got 3 other people running 50 counties and Benny 52.
52.
And Benny runs 30. And of those 30 counties, how many of those did he win last election? And he lost.
He lost the majority of them.
Yeah.
It's
Hinds County is the only thing that can. He lost the majority. You see, that's what y'all go. He'll never win in the Delta. Blah blah blah. Y'all, he's not winning in Yazoo City. Yazoo County was Republican.
Warren County,
Republican. It's what goes on in the crooked Hinds County elections right there in Hinds County and also in Madison County in District 4 and 5. Those are the places where we're getting beat. And you don't understand it. You act like you're going to allow it. I don't understand this, people. We have to, if you're a poll watcher, you got to get out and watch. If you're a poll worker, you got to get out and work. You've got to watch these people. The GOP is saying they're going to do this, this, and this. Michael Watson saying he's going to do this and this. Do not depend on the elected officials and the people that you believe are going to do the right thing. You go out and watch it yourself. You're allowed to be in that polling precinct when it opens to make sure everything's right. You're allowed to be there when it closes. And if that box does not leave that voting precinct with a seal, you need to call immediately and let somebody know. You need to raise hell. You need to take pictures right there. And you need to say, that thing's not leaving here without a seal. Because last night I went to an event that was held at Jackson Medical Mall by a lady who is convicted felon wearing an ankle bracelet for election crimes. And she's been out registering people to vote. And she threw a cooking yesterday for all the people that are working the polls. That was what her flyer said. Mm-hmm. And I rode down there, and if that's all the people that are working the polls and the type of people that are working the polls, we got troubles. I mean,
big trouble in Little China.
I mean, you don't understand. In the Madison County Election Commission, I asked for all the list. I only got District 5. I sent them an email. They said, why do you want the other 4 districts? It's because I want the other 4 districts, Mr. Spence Flatguard. I want them. I want to look at who's working, where people have been put to work. I want to know that all those people, I'm going to go in and take roll call in every district and make sure that those are the people that showed up to work. I don't want to find out that 22 people were scheduled at one place and 6 showed up. and the rest of them just
And
got
collected
paid.
a paycheck.
And they got a paycheck. And most of the paychecks for Madison County have already been approved by the Board of Supervisors. And you don't even know if the people showed up to work. Okay, that's what goes on in elections. And if you're not watching, Timothy Jenkins and myself and Ron, we're all watching. And we're going to be the watchdogs, win, lose, or draw. And when this election's over, win or lose, Ron has to start campaigning again, because running for that office, it's every 2 years. Every 2 years. I mean, the campaign never stops.
That's true.
And that's that.
But you know what?
What?
I've been to a lot of events. I went to like the NAACP meeting over in Big
Was Benny there?
He wasn't there.
Oh.
I went to the Jackson Medical Mall, meet the candidate forum they had.
Was Benny there?
Benny wasn't there. You know, everywhere I've been invited to, he has not been.
No,
He
Benny,
does not get out really and meet his constituents.
Benny don't care. Benny don't care about nothing but Benny. And y'all all know that. You've known it for years. Even the people that vote for Benny know that Benny only cares about Benny. And, you know, and as soon as they get around to prosecuting some of this flood control money up in Canton and this site down here in Jackson where they were going to build the big thing, I promise you, if federal money was involved, Benny was involved, and Mike Espy, he's testifying in the Rudy Warnock trial now. So why is that? And he's the lawyer for the supervisors, but he was the lawyer for CMU.
Mm-hmm.
So what testimony do you have? Why are you waited 2-3 years to come forward with testimony?
I've been caught up in the spider web.
Excuse me. And are you coming in? I mean, this is just a theory of mine. Are you coming in to block us from getting to those crooked supervisors in Madison County and Benny Thompson?
You talk about Madison. Let's talk about High.
Okay, we haven't got time. We only got 30 seconds.
Well,
anyway,
I'm Ron Eller. I need your help and support. Get out and vote tomorrow. If you believe in free enterprise, limited government, individual liberties, traditional values, that's Christian values, then I'm your man. I hope you'll get out there and support me and take your friends with you.
Hoo-ha.
Thank you.
Okay, I've got learned. And then also remember tomorrow on the ballot, it's very important. Your election commissioners, make sure you know who you're voting for, find out who you're supposed to vote for. And then, of course, in the top dog position up there on the top of that ballot, Donald J. Trump and J.D. Vance. Y'all put them in office. Let's do the right thing. I'll be back tomorrow right here on the Chip Matthews Show with Ron Eller once again on Election Day. See ya.
And peace out, brother.